Here's Mr. Jerry Morgan. Evaluating his speech is Josh Burks. Josh, can you tell him his objectives?
Jerry is speaking from the Communication and Leadership Program. Project number 4, Show What You Mean, and his objectives are to learn the value of gestures and body movements as part of a speech, to explore the different ways of using body language, to develop a sense of timing and natural, smooth body movement. And his time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Often we give gifts. Some gifts we use all the time. Some gifts we take back or exchange. Many gifts we never truly appreciate. Today's speaker will share a unique perspective on a few gifts which we never truly appreciate. Life is a Gift by Jerry Morgan. Jerry Morgan, Life is a Gift.
Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Life is a gift. And in here, I have some of my life's gifts. But I'm not going to open it right now. I'll just keep it in the box. Life is truly a gift. And this might sound a little corny, but it's the experiences in life that are the true gift. And today I'm going to share with you 2 experiences that I really haven't viewed as gifts until I've reached this mature age that I'm at. My first life gift, growing up, we lived in this very unusual apartment. Duplex as it is. Now you all have a vision of a duplex, sure. Forget it. The duplex I'm talking about, does everybody know what a coffee pot looks like? We lived in a duplex that was in the shape of a 2-story coffee pot. It had the handle over here, which was 2-story storage, in the round coffee pot. We lived in the downstairs. Then over here it had this great big spout. My mother was supporting 3 kids out of a waitress salary, so we didn't have too many choices, and obviously the price was right for us to rent this duplex. And growing up, I never really told anybody where we lived. I had a few friends that came over, but mostly I went over there. But the word got out somehow that I lived in a coffee pot. And being a kid, you got teased by that an awful lot. And I put up with it. And it was really had an impact on my life, I think. A good impact that I view now, because I bet you I'm one of the few that can stand here and say I lived inside of a coffee pot. Another life experience, always spent summers with my grandparents. Now, they lived way out in the country in northeast Tennessee. Not a soul around, but woods, lakes, and all of that. One of the experiences that I'll never forget, and I never appreciated, was the fact that their house had no running water. Therefore, they had no inside toilets. They had this wonderful outhouse. And it was out the back porch about 100 feet away from the house for obvious reasons. Now, in Tennessee, it gets very hot and humid in the summertime. And going to the outhouse, I can still remember. You knew you were on the right path because you just followed your nose. And then you get to that door, and it's a wooden handle. And you grab that handle and open that door, and you slam the door because you can't go in. The smell just about made you pass out. But you really had to go. You really had to go. So you grab that door again, whoops, and you just go in. Now once you're in there, you have to share that outhouse with a lot of other creatures. Flies were all over the place. One thing that I always did is I would look down that hole. And why would you say I would look down that hole? Well, also in Tennessee, they have a lot of snakes. And for some reason, there was particular snakes that loved to live down there. And so we'd always look down there, didn't see any snakes. So you turn around, you sat down, and you did your business quickly. Yeah. And while you're sitting there and you're doing this and you're trying to do what you're in there for, and then you're looking around, where's the toilet paper? Well, many times there wasn't any toilet paper in there. It was newspapers or whatever else you could find. So you used the newspapers and you got out. Now, there wasn't a sink to go wash your hands in. So you go back in the house and they had a pan of water, cold water, and you rinsed your hands off. Growing up as a kid in the summertime there, I always hated that part of it. At nighttime, I figured out I'm not going to go to the bathroom if it kills me. So I never did. But that experience, now that I look back on it, was really a very rewarding experience. As most of you know, I'm in design, and I truthfully believe, growing up in a coffee pot and having to use an outhouse most summers of my life, I got to appreciate the various structures that I was in, because you just sit there and look at that outhouse, the half moon shape, the construction of it on the outside. Oh, it was just wonderful. So I want to encourage everybody that life is truly a gift, and you need to completely open it, unwrap it, and experience, and not leave your gift of life closed. Mr. Toastmaster.